Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another interesting episode on your favorite Little Slaw YouTube channel. So today, yes, we're going to see the minifications. Yes, this is one topic which I was discussing for a long time. So today I'll show you how to minify the JavaScript and CSS and what exactly is it going to bring, what kind of advantages. So this will definitely help you for your performance engineering path. So if you're someone who is interested to learn more performance engineering and testing related topics, please don't forget to subscribe to our Little Slaw YouTube channel and give a thumbs up if you like this video. Enable the notification button, and if you have any questions or comments, please do comment in the comment section. And coming back to this minification, so what exactly is minification? So uh, uh, minification of usually we have like two files. So say for example, when I'm opening the website like irctc .co.in, so it actually takes too much of time. And when I click on F12, let me refresh this again. So here, if you see as part of this application, the application that it loads. Sorry, it's loading again. So yeah. So when it loads, here you can see it has lots of JS files and it has lots of CSS files, right? The bootstrap, the prime engineering.css, the theme.css. Yep, there are lots of files, right? And we do have font and theme, again theme.css. So we do have a lot of JS and CSS files, and just imagine how much time does these files take. So this is one. Okay, again we do have like a lot of other JS and CSS files here. So the thing here is like minification of these uh, resources is actually part of the performance engineering, because uh, they specifically, I mean, in terms of the domain part, so in terms of the front end performance optimization, these minification plays a major role. So while it may not be directly related to the traditional back-end performance testing, but because most of you ask me a question like, what can I do to improve the front end performance optimization? What can I do to improve the performance, right? So this is the answer for that. And it plays a critical role in improving the overall performance of the web application by optimizing how the resources are delivered to and rendered by the browser. Because we all know the code, the backend code that we create works fine. We know that, and but still, if you think that the front end, the web page takes too much of time for loading, then yes, you have to minify the JS and CSS. So when I say JS, it's JavaScript, and CSS is the cascading style sheet. So why this is important? Why this is part of performance engineering? So the first thing is it improves page load times. So by minifying the files, like when you minify the files, they become smaller in size, which means they download faster, which reduce latency and improves the overall page load time. And it also reduces the bandwidth usage, because the smaller file sizes, they consume less bandwidth, which is especially important for users on slower networks or with limited data plans. And it also enhances the browser parsing. So for example, the minified files removes unnecessary characters and they combine the code efficiently, which allows the browsers to parse and execute JavaScript and CSS faster. And it boosts core web vitals, so metrics like largest contentful paint, the first contentful paint. Yeah, we all know that, right? So if you are opening the F12 again and go to the tools like Lighthouse, desktop, analyze the page load. So when you do this, you can very well see the largest contentful paint and the first contentful paint and the time to interactive. So all these metrics will be positively impacted if you reduce the time, because to load these resources and to render these resources. And also it actually reduces the server load. So when I say reducing the server load, it actually, these serving smaller files means less strain on the server, right? Which contributes to better scalability and performance under high traffic conditions. So where these minifications fits in performance engineering? Before we see that, let me take you through an example. So here, let me get a file. So this here you can see this is one of the option. Like I don't recommend you to use this, but still this is one of the option. I can demo and show you what exactly happens when we were trying to minify the JS. And I have a JS file with me, and here is the JS file. So what happens is I am trying. So this actually, just imagine like you have a file which contains various functions to demonstrate the effect of minification. So this is one of the examples where I'm calculating the factorial of the number. It's a very simple one, but let me show you what happens when we minify this. So if I click on minify, it's just a 84 line of file. So when I click on Minify.js, and here you can see all comes in just one line, and here in this message you can very well see that the input is 2.37 KB and the output is just 747 bytes. So just imagine I have compressed 69.25 percentage and I have almost saved 1.64 KB. And just imagine how much time, like if you have like 100 JS or like 50 CSS files. So this is what happens when you minify the JS. And the next thing is like this minification, like I told you, is part of the front-end optimization technique in performance engineering, and it focuses on optimizing the delivery of resources to the end user. Say, for example, um, uh, when coming to code optimization, yes, you are minifying, and then yeah, there is one more topic which is bundling. So you can actually bundle multiple JS scripts, and you can actually do the tree shaking of JS and CSS file as well. So like we are seeing about the minification of JS. So like I told you, there is one more thing which is called as bundle JS. So I'll show you what happens when we do this bundling. But before that, let's see a few more topics where we do caching. So by implementing proper caching strategies, and by we can even compress the images, and we can even use modern formats like WebP. So yeah, I'll just show you about the WebP format as well. And there are a few more other techniques like lazy loading, where we can load the resources only when needed. And like we have even discussed yesterday, like whenever the user is seeing that particular part of the page, yes, only at that time uh, the images or those content will be loaded. So that is even more advantage in terms of improving the performance. And even we can do the content delivery networks by using a content delivery network to deliver the minified resources from geographically distributed servers, and by minimizing the render blocking resources like unoptimized JavaScript and CSS. So one more question, yeah, before that, let's see this. So like I told you, so previously we saw about the minify JS, and now here we'll see how to bundle the JS. So I'm using the same JavaScript file here, and when I click on build, so just to show you, the previous original file size was like 663 bytes, and now it has been reduced to 389, which is like almost 50% of the file size has been reduced, right? So it has been gzipped. So if you see whenever we are doing any testing, we could see the files with gzip format, and this is one of it. And by doing this, yes, we have almost reduced 50%. And just imagine how much of bandwidth we can increase, and latency has can increase by doing all this process. And let me show you about the web the image compressor, where this is one of the example. Like there are like several other options to do it. And before we see this, let's see one more topic, like with minification enough. Like, okay, I'm minifying my JS, I'm minifying my CSS, I'm bundling my JS. Is that fine? Is that enough? On top of this, as a performance engineer, you have to reduce the server response time in terms of the backend optimization. You have to optimize the database queries. Yes, we all know that. And you have to optimize the load balancing. And when it comes to front-end optimization, so that's what we are seeing here in terms of performance engineering. So you have to implement minification. Yes, that's what we are doing it in terms of JS, in terms of CSS, and in terms of the image as well. Yes, and we have to use modern JavaScript frameworks and practices, and we have to reduce the number of HTTP requests. So by doing bundling and by doing combination of the JavaScripts, yes, JavaScripts, yes, we can do that. And finally, we can use tools like Google Lighthouse, the web page test, or GT metrics to evaluate the front-end performance. Yes, we're going to see those tools in the upcoming videos, and by using synthetic and real user monitoring tools. So now I'll show you how this WebP image compressor works. So let me select a file from here. Um, Please excuse me for using my photo. This is one of the photos which I can find, and this was taken using a Canon camera, which actually has like 659 kilobytes. It's quite. I know there are like several photos with more image size, but still, because of this white background, there is a less size file. And if you see here, with the current configuration, I mean, if I want to just compress it to the WebP compressor, it has already reduced 34%. It is currently now 431.74. And I want to have a lossless compression type. Yes. And just imagine if in a web page, if I want to, I mean, like if I want to add this as part of my web page in a size of like 400 cross 322, and when I click that's the size where we use the images in the website. We don't use a full image, right? And when I click on generate optimized image, just give a few more seconds. Yeah. So now, so here you can see I have reduced 99% of the size. So previously it was like 658 and now it is like 6.60 KB. So that amount of compression is possible using, oh, I'm really sorry. That amount of compression is possible when you're when you're compressing it to any format. It can be even JPEG, Excel, it can be even GIF compressor. But WebP has a lossless compression, so where you don't miss anything and it'll be more clear and you don't miss the quality of the photos, but still you are able to compress it and you're able to select like I'm showing you here, like you can compress up to 99% of the files. And just imagine how many files you can share it when you're compressing it in this format. So yep, I believe I've explained you in terms of your performance engineering, and I believe this video will definitely help you in terms of three topics. Like one is minifying your JS or CSS and bundling the JS file, sorry, and then compressing your image file. So by doing all these, you can improve the performance. You can improve at least 10 to 20, 20 to 30% of the performance of web applications. So I believe this video would be another useful video for you, like our any of our other videos. So until I meet you in the next video, it's bye bye from Asan Shanmugam and your favorite Little Star YouTube channel. Take care and bye bye.